There were babies. There were babies that were 6 years old, and I'll never forget them just crying, and everybody was just staring at them. Everybody was just staring at each other. Nobody knew whether or not to move.
Beyonce and I started out around the same time, and just like all of her fans, I fell in love with her. And the first time I saw her, from her singing to dancing to acting, she can do it all. She's a triple threat, and one of the most talented people I've ever seen.
I've had the privilege of being around her gift and knowing what an incredible artist and kind woman she is. Beyonce is a beautiful soul. There's nobody like Beyonce.
In the 5th grade, I skipped school to see you perform. My sister, she got me out of school. It was literature. I'm good. And where you at, Beyonce? My eyes are wet. You changed my life. You sang that gospel medley, and the way you made me feel, I was like, I want to make people feel this way with my music. So I want to say thank you to Beyonce.
There are 3-4 years that people take pride in sticking bars of children. I don't think people are going to be able to stomach the fact that people tie 2, 3, 4, 5-year-olds into horse stables and have horses and dogs. Literally hang them. Literally, by metal prongs, they hang them to get blood dripping out of them, and people go up under and like you're under a rainfall to take their blood.
The best part about being famous, you know, I guess when people like you, it just gives you good self-esteem when people appreciate your music. You know, oh, well, you hear that? That means things are starting. Huh?
Why won't get the million bear boys?
I was.
Are you worried? Why not?
Alright y'all, buckle up because this tea is about to have you shook. So Allie Carter been trying to tell us what's really going down in Hollywood for years, and everybody called her crazy. But guess what? The Epstein files just dropped and confirmed everything she said. We talking Beyonce, Jay-Z, Denzel Washington, all your faves getting named in some dark, twisted allegations. Now these celebrities scrambling, deleting social media, running for cover. Pink, Megan Fox, Tyra Banks, Steve Harvey. Like, why y'all hiding if you ain't do nothing? And here's the kicker. Allie's sitting on a whole hard drive full of evidence with names, dates, receipts that could end careers. If you thought the Diddy scandal was messy, honey, you ain't seen nothing yet. Let's get into it. Before we dive deep into this rabbit hole, let's see what fans are saying, because the internet is absolutely losing it over these revelations. One person tweeted, Allie Carter has been telling the truth for years, and everyone called her crazy. Now the Epstein files confirm everything she said. Y'all owe her an apology and a huge platform. The world needs to hear her story. Another fan commented, I'm sick to my stomach. How many people knew about this and stayed silent? How many more victims are out there? Allie Carter is a hero for speaking up when no one believed her. These celebrities need to be held accountable. And this person said, can we talk about how Jay-Z and Beyonce have been silent this whole time? Not one statement, not one denial. That's suspicious as hell. If someone accused me of being on Epstein's island, I'd be clearing my name immediately. Why aren't they? Now let's break down exactly what Allie Carter has been exposing and why it's causing such a massive uproar.
On Jeremy, Denzel Washington, Beyonce Knowles, Ellen DeGeneres, Whoopi Goldberg, Lady Gaga, Chrissy Teigen, John Legend, Joan Rivers, Rob Saget. Do you want me to keep going? Ask me.
Okay, so if you don't know who Allie Carter is, let me put you on real quick. This woman is a survivor, honey, and she's been out here trying to tell everybody what's really going down in Hollywood's dark underbelly. According to Allie, she was snatched up as a child and thrown in underground tunnels where they did all types of demonic rituals and kept kids in chains. I'm talking Illuminati level crazy stuff. Now, when she first started talking, people was like, girl bye because it sounded too wild. Underground tunnels, satanic rituals, celebrities involved.
Tried to feed us. And I remember it because when
Pig
you
night.
have to do
Say what?
orders, jobs like that, you don't eat. You're not allowed to eat. You actually have to like starve yourself, because when you have to do those type of jobs, you can't eat because you will throw up.
Really?
If you are doing, or if you are a guy doing it, you will shit everywhere.
But here's the tea. Allie never switched up her story, never asked for a dime, and now the Epstein files done came out and confirmed everything she'd been saying. She described being starved, transported in containers with other kids who couldn't even speak English, babies crying, the whole nine. This woman literally risked her life to tell the truth while everybody called her crazy. Wild, right?
One time he locked me in containers with his shipment of kids. There were kids in there that didn't speak English. There were kids that were sick and that were already dying. There were babies. There were babies that were 6 years old, and I'll never forget them just crying, and everybody was just staring at them. Everybody was just staring at each other. Nobody knew whether or not to move. I was freaked out. And I got up and I held her. And they opened the truck and they took her from me. Because they said she was already sick. And they killed her.
So boom, soon as Allie started spilling all this tea, they came for her neck. She was supposed to testify in Diddy's trial, but had to dip because people was literally stalking her and her family. The feds had to put her in witness protection after she posted a video saying armed men was out here hunting her down. Then she went live and showed us her house completely torn up, like they ransacked everything just to let her know, we know where you live.
You get pressured, attacked, harassed, stalked, and hunted down for your own information. You get abused and re-victimized again by people who wanted to argue a back and forth this week like that fucking mattered. Okay, you had Stu Peters and Timothy Charles Homestead going back and forth, and nobody has even bothered. Not that I give a damn, and not that I understand that you guys are gonna be that selfish, but nobody has bothered to apologize for all the hell that has happened. But you guys were arguing back and forth, and in that meantime, we lost our home. You don't believe me? Here you go. What once was a full house, we were still paying rent on our house. What we were doing this whole time was moving everything because our house is gone. Our house is gone. This is the price. This is the price of speaking out. What was our beautiful 3-bedroom acre home on 21225 Standing Rock Avenue, because everybody has the address, because organizations that were attached to Marx, Sawyer, and many other organizations decided to put out the address, my license plate to one of my cars, and many other of my shit. So here you go, you can have it, right? Because this is what happens when you speak out. This is what happens when you tell all the truth. This is what happens when you decided to stand up for the children, and when you understand that survivors don't just get to do a seminar, and when you understand that survivors don't just get to just be and then show up somewhere and talk and monetize every fucking thing that they're saying. When you realize that that shit is bull, then you will understand. Look at the tactics and pay attention. Pay attention. I'm still not asking you for a damn thing but to wake up. I'm not asking you for a damn thing but just to get outside. I don't give a damn about money, numbers on my platforms. You can fucking have all of it. You took everything. The only thing that I give a shit about right now is the fact that there is a baby in the way. There's babies in the way. There are people that I love that I can't get out of the way. What am I supposed to do when the people in the authority that you're supposed to go to, you can't go to them?
These people leaked her whole address, license plate, all her info online. Allie said it herself. This is the price of speaking out. I'm not asking for money. I just need y'all to wake up and see what's really happening. Like, girl, that's terrifying. Now here's where it gets wild. Allie didn't just talk about it. She filed an official affidavit with names, honey. Beyonce, Jay-Z, Denzel Washington, Diddy, Birdman, Young Jeezy. Yeah, all your faves. According to her, kids were literally put on tables like party favors, waiting to be picked. And once somebody was done with them, they got put back for the next person. She described fetishes happening in different areas, people covered in red fluid, kids being forced to interact with animals while everybody watched. I can't even get into all the details because it's too disturbing, but here's the kicker. Everything Allie said years ago, the Epstein files just confirmed it. Underground tunnels, ritualistic behavior, and yes, Jay-Z's name is right there in those files. The receipts are receipting. Speaking of Jay-Z, there are photos of him at Diddy's infamous adult party for his 29th birthday, and he looks completely comfortable, like he's right where he wants to be. Ali specifically named both Beyonce and Jay-Z in her affidavit, claiming they were present at these events. And if that wasn't enough, there's this viral video from 2024 where rapper MIA revealed that when she signed to Roc Nation, Jay-Z's label, the first thing he told her to do was get plastic surgery. But it gets darker. MIA said she was pressured to participate in satanic rituals that included covering herself in red liquid, spreading black goo all over her body, and wearing devil horns. She said she refused because she wasn't willing to sell her soul for a record deal.
Allegedly wanted her to get plastic surgery in order to become a successful artist.
When I met Jay-Z and I signed to Roc Nation, the first thing he told me to do is get plastic surgery.
Now, she says that there was a lot of pushback and she refused to do it, but it actually shadow banning her. Roc Nation, Jay-Z stopped all communication with her. She also said because she did not participate in these certain rituals that most of the celebs do, she was exiled by the music industry.
Just keep getting praised by this and that destroys me because that system which hates me loves Satan. And they know the truth. Underneath, behind the scenes, they know the truth. It's not a joke. And no, I didn't want to drip myself in blood and cover myself and swim in goop, in black goop, wear devil horns, sell a record. It's a bit difficult that when people make it, they all around and thank Beyonce.
There's also been speculation about the weird trend of celebrities always thanking Beyonce when they win awards, even when it has nothing to do with her. Adele famously said Beyonce should have won her Grammy. Lizzo thanked Beyonce. Even artists who have no connection to her feel compelled to mention her name. People are now wondering if this is some kind of industry ritual or requirement.
Then Beyonce comes and they walked her in. And then I watched Mary J. fawn over her. She stopped talking. Like this was an event to honor her. And all she could do was sing Beyonce's praises. And how, even though she was a younger artist than her, how she looked up to her and saw her as a role model for all the girls in the business, and how honored she was that Beyonce honored her with her presence to come while she was being honored by Vibe magazine, who she had appeared in more times at that moment than Beyonce. How crazy does that sound? Imagine, I want you to think about what I just said. This bitch is sitting here getting an honor for being the most, written about black woman in Vibe magazine for 10 years, and all you can talk about is the bitch that's coming behind you? You ain't talk about the producers. You didn't talk about the writers. You didn't talk about the team that helped you get there. Your whole fucking speech was about how great Beyonce is. That's when I knew she was picked. But when I think of that speech that day at that Vibe magazine event, and then I think of Lizzo and her acceptance speech when she won Album of the Year and beat Beyonce, the one award she can't win. She stopped her acceptance speech to say how she felt bad for winning Album of the Year because Beyonce didn't get it.
Deja vu.
Listen to me. We're talking Mary J. Blige, who came before Beyonce, singing her praises while she's being honored, forgets herself, talk about this. "20 years later, Lizzo winning the one Beyonce award she can't get. And she stops in the middle of that to say, I feel bad that I won your award. Tell me there's not something off. These people are being trained to worship this person, to honor her above themselves. Why?
Now, Denzel Washington's name also appeared in Ali Carter's affidavit, which shocked a lot of people because Denzel has always been seen as one of the good guys in Hollywood. But according to sources, Denzel allegedly witnessed some of this activity, freaked out, and left. Since then, he's reportedly become much closer to God, but is too afraid to speak out publicly because of the danger to his career and life. There's even a viral video of Denzel clearly ignoring Jay-Z at a basketball game, and people are speculating that whatever beef they have probably has something to do with what Denzel witnessed. The video shows Jay-Z Jay-Z trying to get Denzel's attention, but Denzel completely freezes him out, not even making eye contact. For two people who used to be friendly in the industry, that's a pretty telling moment. Now, here's what really gets me heated. The FBI straight up ignored Ally when she first came forward. Like, if they had just listened to her from jump, they could have exposed these underground tunnels years ago and saved so many kids. But nah, they ain't take her seriously because let's be real, a lot of these people in power are bought and paid for by these same elites she's exposing. What hurt Ally the most though? Regular, everyday people calling her crazy when she was literally just trying to protect children. A social worker even hopped in one of her live streams confirming everything she said, talking about how there were CPS reports filed on these kids, but nobody followed up, nobody investigated, they just filed the papers away and kept it moving. That's sick, right?
So Ally Carter is a survivor of SRA, Mary Kate Ultra, and human transplant. There were multiple CPS reports from her biological home. There were a bunch of them in a short period of time. Almost all of the siblings were named in each one. There was enough reports from the kids to be able to follow up. And nobody did that.
So now the Epstein files dropped, and honey, everything Ally been saying got validated. The files talk about the same underground locations, the same ritualistic mess, the same names Ally gave us years ago. They even said Epstein wanted to clone himself and give everybody his DNA. Like, sir, what kind of psycho behavior? The files confirmed the underground tunnels on his island, the metal chains, the rituals, celebrities being there. It's all in black and white. And now, celebrities are scrambling. Pink, Megan Fox, Tyra Banks, Steve Harvey, all of them either went ghost on social media or scrubbing their pages clean. Like, if you ain't got nothing to hide, why you running? And Jay-Z and Beyonce, radio silence, no statements, no denials, nothing. Their silence is saying everything we need to know. Now listen, word on the street is Ally got a whole hard drive full of evidence, photos, videos, documents, all the receipts, and she's getting ready to drop it all to the public. If she does,
I know that Ally Carter isn't lying about the underground tunnels in schools, and I'm gonna tell you why. I just recorded this video and I realized that I didn't use the terminology the correct way for TikTok, so I had to re-record this. Okay, so let's get into it. When I was in junior high school in Queens, New York, I went to a school called RFK Jr., Robert F. Kennedy Jr. And it was in Queens, New York. I had a group of friends who loved spooky things. We had just recently found out from I think she was the school counselor. I think so. Yeah, she was a school counselor. I can't remember her name. But she had told us a story about a girl in the 80s who had been unalived and raped in our school locker room. In our school locker room. So of course we're like, whoa, right? Like, we're finding this out. We use that locker room every day for PE. So we were like, fast forward, we change in the girls' locker room, we go to PE, we go back to change, and there was a door in the back of the girls' locker room to the right that was on the ground. It was more like a sturdy metal, just a platform, I guess. And it had a handle on it, and we used to always mess with it. We'd be like, oh, let's see if we can open it today, you know, like mess with it all the time. And we do PE, we go back to change, back into our regular clothing, and it's wide open, and there's light emanating from below it. And of course, girls start jumping down the hole, and I'm scared. I'm like, I'm not doing that. But I look. Tunnels in each direction. All this to say, there are tunnels underground schools. I saw them with my own eyes. We never questioned it again. We didn't ask anyone. We didn't ask teachers. We didn't ask the coach. We didn't ask anyone. We were just like, whoa, that was so cool. That was so weird. Why is that there? And we didn't think anything further of it. And now this girl is telling us that that's how they sex traffic kids.
It's over for a lot of these celebrities, like career-ending type beat. The hard drive supposedly got never-before-seen footage showing who was where, when they were there, and what they was doing. If even half of this is true, we're talking the biggest scandal in Hollywood history. Look, Allie been telling us the truth this whole time, and now everybody's shocked Pikachu face when the receipts drop. Beyonce, Jay-Z, Denzel, all these names getting exposed, and it's getting messy. So what y'all think? These celebrities ever gonna face the music, or nah? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit that subscribe button because this tea is scalding, and we got way more coming. Check out the next video.